What's going on, everybody? Just doing a quick update on my tank. Let you guys know how everything's been rolling. Um, so, I know on the last video I talked to you guys about my chromuses were killing each other, and I ended up finding out that my tank had Brook. That's Brookanella, which is like clownfish disease. But however, it didn't come in on my clownfish. My clownfish are fine. It actually came in on those chromuses, even though they were kind of bickering with one another, which is typical behavior. I noticed that I started thinking about there's a little bit of a sore on one, and then these azure damsels that I purchased started dropping like flies. This in the same manner. I would lose like one a day. Now I'm down to 4 out of 6, so I lost 2 of these, and I ended up losing all 7 of those Vanderbilt chromuses, which is a very expensive loss. So I began to treat the tank. This disease only affects damselfish. So all the other fish, the wrasses and tangs and gobies, are all going to be fine against this disease. They don't really catch it like the damsels do. So I figured, I'd go ahead and just start medicating the tank anyways. I've been using that medicated gel food, and while I was at the pet store, I seen this guy right here, this purple tang, and David over at Salty Fin hooked me up with this guy for $125, which is a pretty good price for a purple tang. There, some places they charge $160 for them, but I got some algae hanging up for him. Everything's doing good. My jawfish has bunkered down in the back of the aquarium back there and built him a big cave back there, and that's where he's been hanging out. And him and the jawfish, the tang and the jawfish, have been kind of fighting with each other a little bit, but nothing too serious. So what that means is I can't add any more fish in this tank now this purple tank's in here, because he's going to murder anything that I drop in here. So that's the last fish for the tank. The fish list is complete, and this tank will be in here for probably about 3 years before it gets too big for me to get him out of here, and then I'll probably trade him in for another baby tang. So right now, what I'm using to treat this tank, I got my carbon turned off, I got my protein skimmer turned off, and I am dosing Paragard into the tank, which Paragard is less toxic than copper, but it's just as effective. I'm also dosing Metroplex into the food and into the water column every other 48 hours, and I will be doing this for the next, I got another 3 weeks. So with the ick, if this tang had ick, even if it wasn't outbroken, you wouldn't see it. But basically, little cysts, they fall off into the sand bed, and then when they become free swimming, the medication in the water kills them, and they could be live and active for up to 27 days. So I'm going to run this medication throughout the system for the next 3.5 weeks, and then I'm going to purge it. I'm going to do about 80% water change, wait a week, do another 80% water change. I'm going to fill up the filter down there with poly filter that removes medications, and I'm going to run about 1 pound of carbon, and I'm going to turn my protein skimmer off, and I'm going to purge the system for about a week and a half, and then we're going to throw coral up in here. My light's doing really good. This thing's silent, and I love the spectrum, how it comes off in this tank. Just to switch gears and talk about the light a little bit, I don't have to turn my blues down or my whites up to videotape this tank and to make it look good, and it is awesome. And with all my other lights, LEDs that I had, you always had to turn the whites up, and this tank, this light is amazing. But yeah, I'm really stoked about the baby purple tang that I got in here. He's only about 2.5 inches, so got a couple years let him grow in before he's got to move. Once he grows a little bit bigger than the size of my hand, I'll have to get him up out of here. But that's the news on the tank. But it sucks about the fish loss, but I'm just gonna keep moving on. That's what happens at reef tanks. You have problems, but you don't give up. And you guys let me know what you think about the purple tang. I know some people are gonna question it, but that's all right. Well, anyways, you guys have a good week, and take it easy. Peace.